I love video. I'm a super nerd. I was like a video nerd before it was cool. I was like in junior high when Instagram came out, and I was like a nerd, and then Instagram came out, and I was cool suddenly because everybody wanted to like hang out with me and I could take their picture. So I love video. I've watched it change like my whole life. And I think that the power that we have as entrepreneurs to share our story through video is amazing. So this is my links if you want to scan it, but my name is B. I go by Vitamin B on Instagram. You can call me B, Vitamin, whatever you want. And I am a videographer. I've done this since like tape. So, you know, those VHS tapes, I would put it in. I mean, that's my favorite thing to do. And my main business is Vitamin B Studios. So we have 2 locations. We have Hawaii and then we have Vegas. And what we do is we do social media content for small businesses. So we have 2 different ways. We have some that are just like they'll hire us, like Dr. Carolyn back there, and I literally was just there with her today at noon, and she had like a lip filler appointment, and so I put a microphone on her and I ask her questions, right? And we make a bunch of content that she has an assistant that I'll just give to her and she will post. So I have a team in different states that will, you know, go shoot events or shoot content. And then we also do that, plus we schedule the social media as well for some businesses. And so it's a lot of like boomer businesses or Gen X businesses that like they know they need to do social media, they don't really want to run it, and so they have me and my team run it. We show up once a month, throw a microphone on people, and make a bunch of content and post it for them. And you know, social media is super important. I know a lot of you from social media, which is funny. And I'm like meeting you for the first time, but that's the power that it gives, right? Is it allows you to kind of build a reputation and get your voice out there without having to actually, you know, stand up in public and speak all the time. So today we're going to talk about the how. So if part 1 of the power video was why, a quick recap is basically like for 99% of human history, if you wanted to share your message about your business with the world, you had to yell. You know, if you were this guy trying to sell your potions, you're standing in a busy market, your reach per talk, that's what that means, right? Every time you open your mouth and you're trying to yell like I am right now, there's like 30 of you. My reach per talk right now would be 30 people, right? For every time I open my mouth. Maybe if you yell in a busy market and you're an entrepreneur and you're really trying to sell your potions, maybe you could get 100 people that would listen to you, right? And for most of human history, if you were trying to sell stuff, that was all you had. That was the highest form of media you had. But now, with the power of video and these phones that are like right here in our pocket, these can shoot way better video than the first 20 cameras that I used, right? And it's right here in your pocket. So the power of video is in your hands. You actually have the ability to use your phone to share your story about your business and to reach way more people than just 100 people in a marketplace, right? So every time you open your mouth now to share your message, talk about your business, you can have a way bigger return because of social media. So today, all of you sitting in this room, your reach per talk, right, is your followers across all your different platforms. Some of you have a lot, times potentially infinity, right? Look at the Rizzler, look at the Haktua girl, look at all these people that have become famous on social media for just saying like one thing, and their reach per talk was literally billions of people. So that's the opportunity that we have, right? We don't have to yell in markets anymore. We can use our phone and create videos. So that was kind of the first lesson, is like the why it's important to use this power that we all have. Today we're going to talk a little bit more like how. I'm going to actually teach you about the algorithm. We're going to teach you exact techniques on how to make sure that your videos get the maximum reach. And the how is social media. Okay, so social media this is our battleground. This is where we are all coming together and, you know, sharing about our business and everything, right? But there's so many different platforms, like tons and tons and tons of different platforms. There was some Chinese, like Red Note one that just showed up when TikTok went down for a second, right? And my friends started learning Mandarin, and like there's Blue Sky and all these different ones every day. So how do you know like which ones to focus on, right? This is what I do for a living. I create videos, I post them, and then I analyze them and I track performance. And I have found 100% the big 3, if you're a small business and you want to make money on social media and not just get like entertainment value, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram are the main 3 that I would put like 99% of your effort into. And I'll tell you why. YouTube is the second biggest search engine on earth, right? So in a lot of ways, it's overtaking Google. The other day, I was camping on North Shore. My tire exploded. I was like, damn it, I'm stuck. So I went to Ace Hardware and I bought a little tire repair kit, but the instructions were like in Danish, so I had no idea what I was doing. I spent like 30 minutes super confused, pulled it up on YouTube, watched the guy do it in 1 minute, fixed my tire, and went home, right? So YouTube, most of us are searching how to, or we are searching for solutions to our problems on YouTube. And it's only getting bigger and bigger, and it's worldwide. So YouTube is, and also, let me say this, right? There's two types of videos on YouTube. There's your horizontal, long, traditional YouTube videos that you could like play on this TV, right? Those are awesome. Those last forever. If you put one of those up, people can search it forever. It's like a library. The shorts, which are those vertical ones, they have a shelf life, and we'll talk about that. So the shorts are gonna like expire within a few days, and I'll teach you how to maximize their shelf life. However, YouTube is the most generous on shorts views. So if you're trying to post stuff and get maximum eyeballs, you have to be doing YouTube shorts. If you have like 0 subscribers and you post on YouTube, you will get like 500 to 600 views on your reel still, which is awesome. If you use like hashtag Hawaii or you tag the right locations, it'll just be very generous. On Facebook, if you have no friends and you're posting stuff, it's just gonna be like you watching your own videos only, right? So YouTube is very, very generous, and you've got to make sure that you are posting there. Facebook, people have money here. Okay, this is, you're talking boomers, you're talking Gen X, right? Boomers, they love the Facebook. And I pushed a button, sorry. So this is where, like, if you're trying to sell something on, like, and make money, like a lot of these small businesses are, Facebook is one of the best places to do it, because it's a little bit it's more community. You can share stuff to groups, right, that have very specific needs, specific niches. So Facebook is huge. And I would friend everybody. Like I try to, if there's someone that I think I might know, it's not gonna hurt me to add them as a friend. You can have like up to 5,000 friends at a time on Facebook. I know a lot of entrepreneurs that make a lot of money by just adding everybody and posting consistently, so more people that are semi-mutual friends with them can start to see their stuff. So Facebook's huge. And then Instagram is what your brand feels like. Instagram's like town square, all right? It's like when you walk into Disneyland, right? There's the jazz music or whatever, and there's like the popcorn smell and the churros. There's a very specific like feeling, right, when you walk in, versus when you walk into like a nightclub, right, or the Strip. It's a very different feeling. And so Instagram is where you're able to really set up where, like, what does it feel like? Think about that as like the art on the walls of your digital company. Okay, so when they go on there, they should see it and feel it. And it's important because that's how people are gonna start associating colors with you. That's how they're gonna be able to start associating certain like brand things. So these are the big three that I would definitely focus on. How do you determine though if the content does well or if it dies? Raise your hand if you've ever had a video that you worked really hard on and you posted it and it just like flopped and like was gone. Sucks, right? It's not fun at all. And so I'm gonna teach you today how it works, because you know, you guys heard like the Greek legend or whatever, right? How they deal with the afterlife. Basically, you have to ride down this little lava river, and you're either gonna get to heaven or you're gonna get to hell. And there's this Grim Reaper that's gonna basically take you there on a boat, right? The algorithm is the Grim Reaper. Their job is to determine what videos suck and should not make it to the end of the river, and what posts should go all the way down, which is going viral, okay? That's its job. And here's why. Because Instagram, Facebook, all these platforms want your attention. That's their currency. And so if it's just filled with like garbage videos, and like, no offense to Indian dudes, but just like random Indian dudes running around, you're not gonna open up your app. Like that has no relevance to you at all. But if it's like really nicely curated videos of your friends and their businesses, right, it'll do really well. So the algorithm's job is to determine, does your post last 1 hour, 5 hours, 10 days, or 2 weeks, okay? And there's only 3 factors that are going to determine all of this. So when your little boat drops in the river and you are trying to, your little video you hit the post button and you're trying to hustle your way out and get down the river, okay? There are 3 things the Grim Reaper is watching for to see if you get, and if you don't get them, he's gonna go whoosh, and he's gonna slice your boat and you're toast. So all social media platforms pretty much have these exact same 3 metrics: a like, a share, and a comment. Every single thing you touch on Instagram, everything you like, changes your algorithm every day. So if you ever liked one of my posts and then suddenly you got back on Instagram and there's like 5 more of my posts, you're like, what's happening? Your algorithm changed, right, when you liked my post. And same, like there's people in here that I know from Instagram that I just met today, but I see them all the time on Instagram because my algorithm changes when I interact with them, right? Here's how. When that boat drops in the water, when your post goes out, it's gonna show it to your first 10 to 20 like most active fans first. So like your mom and like your spouse and your friends, they're gonna see it first in their newsfeed, like right away, okay? And if they like it, if they click heart, basically the Grim Reaper's like, all right, people are liking it, I'm gonna let the boat like, you know, take a couple more paddles down the river. And it's gonna show it to another like circle of your followers, right? Let's say you have 1,000 followers. It's only gonna show it to 10 at, you know, that first little stretch. If 5 of them like it, now it's gonna go, the Grim Reaper's like, all right, I'm gonna let it go a little bit further, and now you're gonna get to that next circle, and that next circle, and that next circle. If mom doesn't like it, and if your friends think that it sucks, then the Grim Reaper's like, his mom doesn't even like it, like, you know what I mean? And so he's just, it's gone, and literally your post disappears, it'll never come back again. It's dead in the water, and it doesn't really matter how hard you worked, it's over. So, like if you see somebody in this room or your friends and they worked hard on a video and they posted it, the nicest thing you can do is literally, you don't even have to watch it, just hit like and help that thing get a couple more rows in, you know? If shares are gonna allow you to reach more non-followers. So there's some killer sharers in this room, Jesse's killer at it, and all these people that have pages, and they just share everybody else's stuff all the time. Now that's awesome for a few reasons, right? So like Jesse's a great example. He shares a lot of my stuff. His audience is totally different from mine. I'm like a white guy from Vegas, right? So he's got a totally different audience from me. But when he shares my posts, now his whole audience is seeing my stuff, which is awesome. But also the Grim Reaper is like, wow, people are sharing this. Like they're actually engaging with it. I should let it go a little bit further. So just the act of hitting share, even if you just send it to your friend, like, you know, when you send your friend reels, you're just like sending them, that actually boosts that video in the algorithm when you send your friend, when you DM your friend those reels. So when you post a reel, DM it to, I don't know, 3 of the other pages that you manage, you know, and it will actually give you a better way to go further. And then comments is engagement. That's like the highest form that we're going for, right? So when people are, if you want to get more sales, you know, people are always like, comment the word, whatever, you know, clean car to learn more information. That's where you're actually going to like start conversations and start to DM people. So those are like the 3 main things that the Grim Reaper is looking for. The question is there a trump card? Is there a way to just say, this algorithm thing is ridiculous, right? I worked really hard on my video. Like maybe you paid somebody like 10 grand to make this really nice commercial, which happens all the time. And then you drop it and it gets like 4 likes and it's gone. How are you gonna feel? That sucks. Is there a way to bypass all of the things I just told you and just show your video to as many people as possible? There is. You gotta pay the Grim Reaper. It's called paid ads, right? So this is what it actually looks like. Okay, pull out your phones real quick and scroll on either Instagram or Facebook. Okay, this is a real challenge. When you see, I'm gonna say 3 to 4 posts down, one that says sponsored, raise your hand, on either Instagram or Facebook, okay? Second post, all right? And you can hold up the number of which one it was. Second post, all right? Everybody in this room, third post, okay? So basically this is how they make money. This is how Mark Zuckerberg buys all of his gold chains, all right? Is that people are paying Meta to just say, I don't wanna fight the algorithm, I just want people to see my stuff. Because like if any of you follow Dwayne The Rock and me, I am competing with him in your newsfeed to show up. And that is rough, you know, because I'm just me. So if you put even like $5 behind a post, right, and I'll teach you how to do it effectively, Grim Reaper doesn't care anymore. He's like, I'll take your coins, that's cool. And he's gonna let your post go as far as you have the budget for. So there is a pay to play option, but there's a way to do it both, right? So, and this doesn't have to cost a lot of money at all. This can cost as little as $1 a day to run paid ads and to reach the right people. So basically organic is the battle, right? You are in the algorithm with everybody else that your followers follow, and you hope that grandma's liking the post and commenting. You really do. Otherwise, paid ads, you're just going straight to the top if you do it right. Let me take you guys a story. So I've never actually shared this, but I only got to Hawaii in like June 2023, so I'm pretty new to live here. And, but I'm very, very busy right now with working with a lot of different people. How I met everybody that I met was I was in Vegas before this. I was shooting rap videos for like a bunch of scary rappers, and I kind of got kidnapped, and I was like, after like 7 days, I was like, I'm done with this world. And so I sold everything in Tesla. Like I had a Tesla that I loved, my dream car. I was like, I can't do this anymore. I sold it to a strip club. I was like, they loved it. And then I took all my money and I moved to Waianae, because I didn't know where that was, you know? And I was just like, oh, it's like pretty cheap. It's like $1,200, you know? So I moved to Waianae, and I knew nobody. And so I was like, well, but I knew how to run ads. So I went to the beach, and I had a pink shirt, and I was like, I was gonna throw this on. And I threw it on, and I shot an ad, and I was just like, which I'll teach you how to do. And I was like, hey, if you're a small business owner in Hawaii, let me make you a free video. I just want to meet you. That was it. Sam, raise your hand. That's how I met Sam. She was one of the first that I ever met. And I was running those ads before I moved here, because I was like, I gotta have a list of people that I can just start working with, because I knew nobody. And so I met hundreds of people with that ad. So it works. I'm telling you that, like, even, and I mean, I put all the Tesla money and stuff into the Facebook ads, but I maybe only spent like $5,000 in the last 2 years total, total to meet everybody and to get my business to like where it is today. So it definitely works, especially in Hawaii, because it's very small here, right? And so when you run an ad here, you're basically guaranteed to get in people's news feeds. So it works. Okay, and so if this is the ad, right? This is kind of what I would set up. This is how I met Sam. I had an ad like this that said sponsored, that was like, let me make you a free video. And then if somebody clicked on it, I got an email that was a lead, like this. So it had their name, phone number, email, and location. And so it was like, Sam, I live in Ewa Beach, and world's beautiful miss. And I texted her right away, and I was just like, hi, I'm Vitamin B, and I'd like to meet you. And then we met up, and she turned into a client, and I filmed her pageant, and it was amazing. And I think I spent like $30 on Facebook ads to like book 1 gig, which was awesome. And then I just kept it going. Every time I booked one, I just put 10% into my ads. So this is how, like, as a small business, you can scale if you're like generating leads for anything. If you're a service-based business, this can be like a game changer. We're talking $3 a day. You can, you know, turn it on, turn it off if it doesn't work, and the upside is massive. But however, we don't want like all of our posts to just be sales, because that would be like pretty annoying, you know, if like everything is just like buy from me, buy from me, buy from me. So what's, for your actual social media, for the stuff that you're gonna post, for the videos you're gonna make, what's the ratio? And if you know Alex Hormozi, he's pretty awesome. He teaches 80-20 rule. 80% of your content needs to be like engaging, educational, or entertaining. Motivational maybe, right? It needs to just be like Netflix level. Like people are just watching it to scroll and enjoy. So you could be teaching something, right? Like Dr. Carolyn last time, she taught all about like weight loss, right? And that's what she teaches people how these different compounds work, how the services work, what they can expect when they come in. That's like pure education. And 80% of it, she's not asking for money. She's just like, here's what I do. Take a little peek in the life, right? And so social media should kind of feel like you're just like peeking behind the door. 80% of the time, people just want to see what you do all day, right? Each of you are very good at totally different things. And I would love to learn what you're good at from your posts on social media. 20% should be a direct call to action. So look at the posts that you've posted. What is your percentage right now? Do you have 100% just fluff and 0% call to action? Well, you're probably not making sales. Or do you have 100% call to action and 0% educational? You probably have no followers, because that's really obnoxious, right? So there is a balance. And the educational / fun stuff is what's gonna actually bring people in the door, so that when you roll out a direct sales video every once in a while, it's gonna kill it. So what if I'm posting pretty consistently, and if you remember guys, last time we talked about like what should you say or do? What even is a reel? It's just a question. Literally, it's just a question. Answer a question for 30 seconds and turn it into a reel. That's it. For example, Vitamin B, what is the best camera to shoot with if I'm just getting started? Right, like you could literally use ChatGPT. What are 20 questions that people have about my job? And then have somebody ask it to you and answer the question for 30 seconds. And that is an educational killer reel, and it took you 30 seconds to make it, right? So that's what I would do 80% of the time. But if you want to make money and you want to like close, right, that 20%, here we go. There is, I will teach you, this is the exact technique and system that I used every single time to meet all of these people. Okay, it's a three-parter. It's a three-part approach. Every good sales video is only about 30 seconds long, and it has a hook, which is going to be your audience and their problems. That's it. That's all it is. Let me give you an example. Okay, so I'm going to start this video. Sam is scrolling in her feed, and suddenly I pop up in a pink shirt, and I'm like, Hawaii small business owners, do you struggle generating leads from social media? That's a hook. It's literally just your audience and their problems. So if you have a business, I'm asking you real quick, this will be important, write down a hook for you. What is one hook for your business? Who is your audience, and what are their problems or their motivation? What do they want? So if I was Sam, for example, I would say, are you an aspiring model that wants to learn, but don't know how, but are embarrassed to try? Well, World's Beautiful Miss is not just a pageant, but we also teach and coach how to do it. And then you throw some of that B-roll in of, you know, people like improving on their walk, and that would be a killer hook. If I was scrolling, I would stop if I was an aspiring model. So the reason you just call out your audience is so they know to stop scrolling right away. So that's your hook. Everybody please write one or two down. I promise you're going to need them. What would your hook be for your business that you're trying to do? Okay? Yeah. All right. The next piece, the middle piece, it's your elevator pitch. All right? This is really easy. What is your business? What problems do you solve? That's it. So here we go. Vitamin B Studios creates and posts social media content for businesses so they can connect with their audience daily without even logging in themselves. So that would be my business, Vitamin B Studios, and what problem do I solve? People don't want to log in and post. They just want to have it go out for them, right? So I am just saying this is what I do and this is what I solve. And then the last piece is a call to action, CTA. Your promise plus how do they reach you? That's it. So I would say, so let's level up your social media together. Call me to get started. And then I would give my number. Or I would say, visit my website to get started. So let's do this whole thing together. I'm going to show it to you. This, I'm not joking, this exact formula has made me tens of thousands of dollars in Facebook ads to generate leads because it works. Ready for this? Here, let's go. Are you an Oahu small business owner struggling to generate leads from social media? Vitamin B Studios creates video content and posts it for you automatically so you can just focus on running your business. If you're interested in leveling up your social media, visit me at vitaminbstudios.com. Boom. That was like 20 seconds. And that will work. Whatever your business is, whatever their needs are, this is the science. I mean, I'm talking like you will get the maximum amount of leads and referrals if you just call out their problems right away. But if you have these, I'm telling you, 20% of the time, if you post this, you will make sales because if you're posting educational stuff, new people are going to be coming in because they just like your stuff. And then every once in a while, you hit them with a sweet sales video. You throw some B-roll in there, you know, spice it up like we talked about last time so it's not boring. Every 5 seconds, kind of switch up what they're looking at visually so it's not just you. And you have a killer video. Throw a little bit of rap beats or something interesting behind there to like spice up the intensity. And within, you know, a few minutes, you might be able to make some sales. So with all of this, we're now going to practice because this is a workshop, not just a listen.